Yeah.
Well, I'm all about business. Some women like to shop, some women like to go to lunch. I just love business. I'm very entrepreneurial. And I tell my daughter, to be successful in business, you have to follow your passions, follow what you love. Now, I love jewelry, so I have my HSN and True Faith collection. And I admit, I love my Pinot Grigio. So there was nothing out there that I really loved. I liked a lot of different brands, but I would change it every 4 months. And my fans would reach out to me and they'd say, well, what's your favorite? I would like to buy for my sister, my mother, my brother, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. And I can't lie, so I just wouldn't answer. And I'd show Mario. I go, Mario, look at all these tweets. Look at, they're saying they're thinking of Pinot Grigio because of me. They want to taste it because of me. They want to buy a bottle because of me. But what do I say? I don't like really anything out there. I don't love it. He goes, well, do it. I go, what do you mean do it? I got enough of the skincare and the jewelry, and I'm a mom, and I'm, your wife. He goes, Ramona, come on, you can do it, just do it. And you know what? He encouraged me, and I did it. I hooked up with a great vineyard, or rather a great importer who found the great grapes from the Veneto area based upon what I like. Because I'm very specific. I know what I want, and I always get what I want. So I said, these are my favorites, and these are what I like about them and what I dislike. And they said, the best grapes for what you want for the Pinot Grigio only comes from the Veneto Valley. So we developed it. It took a few months, and I said, the most important thing for me is the last note has to have no bite, has to be totally smooth. And as my husband calls it, it's light with no bite, and everyone loves it. Everyone loves it, and it's fabulous. I would drink the Livia Faluga, which is like almost double the price. It retails for $24.99, where mine's like $12.99 to $14.99, and it's not as good. I blind tested it with my friends who like San Margarita. They picked mine hands down. Wine between $10 and $15. Serafina, Victoria knows his wines. He was born in Italy. He imports all his wines from Italy. He carries it. Bar Italia on Madison Avenue carries it. You have it here on 75 Main Street in Southampton. You have it at Savannah's. You have it at Bobby Van's. I mean, everyone loves it. This is too tart. This is too fruity. This is too citrusy. It had to be the right blend. I'm very specific, and I'm very passionate about. I design jewelry, but I wear my jewelry because I love my jewelry. And this wine I had to love, and I created not only for myself but for my fans. And I think I did a good job. I think Ramona is my name, and Ramona is it is melodic and it sounds Italian. Listen, if I had a name like Sarah, I wouldn't call it Sarah Pinot Grigio. Ramona Pinot Grigio. So I'm already recognized with Ramona Pinot Grigio, like Popeye and spinach. I made a very classic label. Some people said, why didn't you put Turtle Time on it? But I wanted to outlive the show. I wanted to brand this. San Margarita is very successful because they brand it. Mine's half the price, and I think it's better. So I'm branding it. I designed the cases. I love the idea of the gold leaf on it. So I signed the back of it to make it more personal. I really thought this out. I didn't smack my name to this. I developed it. I'm a control freak, and I get very involved in any product I do. You know what? I believe in business. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Don't look behind you. Go forward. If I didn't go forward, I wouldn't be on HSN. True Faith wouldn't be on Amazon, and now Amazon UK. I wouldn't have my True Renewal skincare. I don't follow the pack. I'm a leader. What I decided was to pick a charity that's close to my heart. People really don't talk about domestic abuse and violence because they're embarrassed about it. Just the way 20 years ago, no one would talk about being an alcoholic, but now people brag, oh, I met my husband in AA, or my girlfriend or boyfriend. But it's very prevalent, much more than you think, and at all income levels, and with all races. And I grew up with domestic abuse. I used to see my father come home every night and verbally abuse my mother, and sometimes physically. My most vivid memory was I was like 2.5. I couldn't even use the phone, and my mother said, call the police, and she had a bloody nose and was crying, and I didn't know what to do. And I believe in charities. I believe we all have to give back, so I believe in being passionate about what you do, and I'm passionate about domestic abuse. I just came back from Chicago. We sold so many cases, and a portion of it went to the Domestic Abuse Center in Chicago. Today, that's what we're doing here, and the Treat is doing a phenomenal event this following weekend. I plan to go and donate a beautiful VIP basket of all my products. It's important to be recognized and talked about because people shouldn't be ashamed. You should not be, and that's what happened. I thought there was something wrong with me. Why did my father do this to my mother? Why would he yell at me? Why was he like this? But it's not me. I was a victim. And there was no place to go. My mother had nowhere to go. When my father got very violent, she would run to my grandmother's house in Brooklyn. She'd run to her friend's house. There was no centers for her to go to. This is something that's very needed. I can only talk about it now because both my mother and father passed away. And what affects you most is emotionally. You're afraid. You don't know how to feel. because you're hiding. I'm hiding in my bedroom under my covers and covering my ears so I don't hear my father screaming at my mother, so I don't hear him hitting her. I'm just trying to just pretend. You learn to block things out, and then you block out who you are emotionally. And only, I went through some therapy, and I'm learning to express myself more. And yes, I'm very verbal, but emotionally, and I never could. And I'm just getting better and better. That's why I didn't get married till I was 37. I was afraid. I didn't want to have a husband like my father. That's why I became so strong, financially independent. I wanted to know if I married someone, I wasn't like my mother. She said, make sure you make your own money, so God forbid something goes wrong with your marriage, you don't have to wait for his money, you have your own. And I'm instilling that in my daughter. I want her to be very self-sufficient and entrepreneurial. And if she marries a millionaire, billionaire, God bless. But she doesn't have to get married. She can take care of herself. It scars you for the rest of your life. You never get over it. And it's just really bad. You know what? I don't really want to comment on another cast member's reason or no reason. I know I personally, if I was going through something like that, I would not want to revamp it again. This happened like 8 months ago. I don't know why she's bringing it up again, because it's over and done with, but everyone has different reasons to do different things. What I'm trying to say is that I personally don't know why she would want to relive that again 6 months later through the viewers. Right. Reason why, she likes to go to the press and say I fake cried. I didn't fake cry. They edited it, and she was so abusive, so mean-spirited toward me. It brought me back to growing up with my father. I felt I was back at home with my father being physically and emotionally abusive with my mother and me, and I just felt that was all happening again with her, and that's why when I had to end it. And when she left, I broke down, not for just what happened between her and I, but for what happened with my father and I. She became, they edited it, but you didn't really see. The conversation lasted an hour, and there was just so much venom and ill will coming toward me that I couldn't believe it. The story was Mario being my husband. He's at a party. He's in line with her to get food, and he says, I don't get it. Why are you making up stories saying my wife has a drinking problem when she doesn't? Why are you saying that I'm cheating on her when I don't, or inferring it. What's the problem? You gonna attack my daughter next? And she's just like, she didn't want to talk about it. And she goes, oh, Bobby, go talk to Bobby. He's like, well, you're the one who said it. So she stormed away, and that was that. And she stayed at the party for the next 3 hours. Now we're home, and I'm getting a text from E! Entertainment to say, what's this physical argument between you and your husband with Jill? I'm like, well, what do you mean by physical argument? And they said that it was a source said that the argument got so heated they had to push them away. Well, actually, the so-called source was Jill's publicist's boyfriend, so let's question that one, and that's not what happened. So Jill, unfortunately, I think it's very sad. I only wish her the best, but she likes to exaggerate things, and it seems like the only way she can get press is to say exaggerated things about me. So it is what it is. I think I feel she's blurring reality with TV. We're not filming anymore. We're now really in reality. We're not in a TV show, and I think she blurs the two together. Jill and I actually, at the end, I tried to make up with her a number of times. And I feel like I keep going back to the line who's trying to bite my head off, but I keep forgiving her and making up. And we ended the season making up, and yet now, for whatever reason, she's upset. I don't know. I feel like she's upset with maybe, I don't know what she's upset with. I feel like now I'm her target, like Bethany. And she'll, during a show, she'll tweet 15 times, and 13 are all negative about me. She'll send negative things to the press about me. And I don't do that with her. So I don't get it. Very simple, I'd kill him. No, not really. I'd be out the door so fast, and, I wouldn't wait. I'd just be out the door, goodbye. It's over, gone. You know what? That's me, and she has her choice to do what she wants. If that's what's great about the U.S., everyone can do what they feel comfortable with. I married my husband for love only. I didn't marry him for money. I didn't marry him for status. Yes, we live a great life, but I married him because he's my partner and I love him. And, when she said something like that, everyone in our crowd knows. It was such a lie, because everyone in our crowd always says to me, you are the luckiest girl. You could just see how much he loves me and how much he dotes on me. And listen, I admit, I'm tough to handle, and I am blessed. That's why I married him. He's the only man that could handle me.